Welcome to our international podcast, Below the Belt. We're just a couple of minutes late today, and we are nonetheless thankful that you guys are here. We were putting the program together, had to make sure all the moving pieces are on working order, guys. Have a couple folks joining us today. Good to have each and every one of you who are here already. You have all the usual suspect. You always have Beatrice Selby standing by. She says, "Yes, we are running late. We are late. We are late, Beatrice. We are late, but we are here. We are here, and we're going to be talking today about these missing fishermen. Their family is speaking out. Their family speaking out today. Folks, smash that emoji button, share our podcast Below the Belt. We are broadcasting from the national capital city of Georgetown here in Guyana, and we're so privileged. The weather's fairly good. The weather is fairly good. How are things faring at your end, guys? How is the weather at your end? No complaints from us today. The weather is fairly decent outside. And we love to pick up our forecast from weather.com, always spot on, always accurate, and so we return to them time and again. It's the guys are telling us it's 29 degrees outside, 28 degrees outside to be precise, 28 degrees outside, but it feels like 33. It feels like 33, 33. It feels like that on the outside, but it is good weather and we are thankful for it. There's a 10% chance it's going to rain. You rest a little easy. 10% chance as the evening progresses, 24% chance it's going to rain. And then overnight, it rises to 48% chance it's going to rain overnight. So we got to watch Saturday. Let me watch Friday rather. And Friday's forecast, as we see it now, tells us there's a 43% chance it's going to rain into tomorrow. But I'm happy for today. Let's take it one day at a time, folks. And as for that, 10% chance it's going to rain this afternoon. Good weather outside, and I hope that it stays so. From every indication, when we see these low percentage chance of rain, the weather usually holds quite nicely, so you can get your work done. Some of y'all, John Vex, is be ready because it means if you're joining us from National Capital City, you can't have an excuse of going back to work late because of the rain or anything like that. So we understand some folks don't vex with me, but it is what it is. It is what it is, guys, and we are so privileged to be here with you. And I'm not going to go into the usual updates for you, but I want to bring on the folks who are going to be joining us this afternoon for this discussion. So privileged, guys, that we have them as we give you more information, more news, and even entertainment from our end. And we wish there were better circumstances, but these fishermen went missing a little while ago, a little time ago, and I think they have called off the search officially for them. As you could expect, the families are very, very devastated by this, and they are still longing for some closure as to what has happened to their loved ones. And these, in particular, relates to Mr. Harold Damon, Mr. Ronald Burton, and Mr. Winston Sam. These were the fishermen who have gone missing, and the folks who are going to be joining us, they're going to be telling us a little bit more about these persons, and what has happened and what is happening. Right? They're going to be telling us a little bit more about that. And so, guys, share the program as you are here and smash the emoji button. Georgia said this morning on the other program, what was the word she used? She said, it's slipping me. Apply pressure. Something of that sort. Apply pressure to the emoji button. But guys, tremendously happy that you guys are here with us, and we are happy to be here with you as well. Right? Happy to be here with you as well. And I am trying to get some of the guys into the studio. Again, really happy that you folks are joining us this afternoon. And we already have one of these very courageous young women who is going through all of this at the moment, all of this stress and grief and uncertainty as they seek for answers to where exactly their loved ones have gone. We have joining us this afternoon one such young woman, um, Punchabelle Beckles Damon. She has joined us, and we're going to try to get some of the other folks into the studio virtually with us. A very good afternoon to you, Mrs. Damon. How are you doing?
Good afternoon. Um, well, I'm with God. I'm keeping my hope alive. So with Him, I'm being hopeful. But for me, of myself, to be honest with you, I am stressed. I'm confused. I'm angry. All
Mhm.
these mixed emotion I'm going through at the moment because I'm wondering what become of my husband and his crew members.
Yep. And we're going to be talking to you a little bit more about that as we try to get some of the other persons into the broadcast as well. Just bear with us.
Okay.
Folks, just bear with us, and we're going to ask Mrs. Damon to bear with us as well as we try to get some of the other folks into the broadcast. Yep, we're trying to get him into the broadcast. But Mrs. Damon, let us start from the beginning. Tell us a little bit about your husband Harold, who you worked for, and
Rolando.
perhaps even a very good afternoon. You're live below the belt. Um, yeah, you alive below the belt with Sherry Duncan. We have Miss also joining us this afternoon, Mrs. Poncebel Beckles Damon. So you're in the right place. I think this is Claudine.
Yeah, this is Claudia.
Yes, and we're going to be
This is
talking
Juan.
about your missing husband and the other fellas who are part of that crew. So please bear with us, Claudine. And we're trying to get Tiffany into the virtual studio as well. Um, Mrs. Damon was about to tell us about her husband and the kind of work he was involved in and who he worked for. Go right ahead.
Okay. Yes. My husband is a fisherman. He's a captain. He's working for Noble House Seafoods. He's a captain on the fishing vessel. He have captained several boats for
Mhm.
them. And I can tell you this, he works very hard. As though, he's a captain, he would always make sure that whenever, he's at sea, make sure one of his crew members, they know the ropes, they can drive. So he wouldn't just sit down and be captaining the boat. He would get up and do other work, like ice down the production, make sure that it is well um stored and all these things, because Noble House have a way, they would tell him something we bring in production, they would tell him, but this spoil and that spoil and all kind of thing. And sometimes, so what he used to tell me, nothing of the sort. The time they did it like 3 trips in a row, and he had to behave really bad, and they gave him a money, because when they do that, he cannot get paid. So just make sure that he himself eyes down the productions. Sorry.
Excellent. And we have also with us, as we said, guys, Claudine. Claudine, tell us a little bit about your spouse and the role he played as being part of this crew.
Yeah, this is Ronald Burton daughter.
Oh,
And
go right ahead, Claudine.
I work on sea
And,
for
and
this
and
five
folks,
years.
members of the public, this is the crew member, the one of the three crew members was Mr. Ronald
Yes,
Burton, and Claudine, as she said, is
right,
his daughter.
yes.
Go right ahead, Claudine.
Yeah, he worked over 60 something years on sea.
Hmm.
Yeah, and he left to go to sea on a Sunday, this 19th. No, the 19th is when we get the report
The
that
19th of February.
the boat sank.
Hmm.
My family, my mother, my brothers, and everybody, we went to Noble House, and they have no knowledge about that, the sea as yet. They didn't tell nobody that how this boat sink, or nobody knows. On Sunday, on the 20th, we went to make a report at the Agricola Public Road Police Station.
Hmm.
And there's where they pick up the boy that survived in the accident
Hmm.
in the boat, and so we looking for a loved one up to now. And there is just what everywhere we go to a meeting, it's everybody got the same message.
Which is what?
Everybody got the same message.
Which is
You
what,
understand?
Claudine?
It's real heartrending. I didn't hear that.
No, I'm asking you. You're saying everybody has the same message. So I'm asking you, which is what? What is the message?
We went to the Minister of Fisheries,
Minister of Agriculture and
the
Fisheries. Yeah.
Agriculture and Fisheries.
Zulfikar Mustafa.
We went to Mr. Rosenben. We
Minister
went
of Home
to
Affairs.
Transport and Arbor. You understand? This thing is not about money. This thing is about our loved one. We just want to see him. If he's dead or what, we just want to see what really go on. But there is nothing there. They said a searching. You know, on the forest soldier went out. My brothers went out there with the search, and they were so sick when they come in back, so they didn't go on the rest of the days. But if my brothers, them, and everybody, somebody from the families, them went there, then we would know if there was a search, right? They said the searching, you understand? And they can't find this boat, and it's time for the search call off. You understand? Me mother can't talk. Me mother doing it. She just sit down and just staring. You understand? And it's hard for we as the eldest of 10 children. You understand? I got me mother, me rest of brothers, them. A lot of family. You know, it's real hard when everybody comes out to give you your sympathy and these things like that. Real thing, you know. But who feels it knows it. You understand?
Yeah. And you guys have been looking for information. You want to know precisely what happened. You're hearing about a boat wreck, a shipwreck. You're hearing all sorts of information. And these men worked for all intents and purposes for Noble House. What has been your interaction with Noble House like? What have they been saying? Because you said initially that they didn't even know when you approached them of the men being missing. What are they saying now?
So they tell you how they don't know nothing about that. Right? So how we all know, we on the road know. And when we go for the buy said that he cannot come with us. So he cannot go with the police because he got to wait on his boss man. So I said, where is your boss man? Your boss man supposed to be the captain. He said, no. Only for the police. And he continues telling us a set of different things. He said that I going to find my father. They're going to find my father, but they're not going to find the rest. And then now it's different statement, different things he's telling you, you know.
And this is the survivor.
So we just, yes.
What is
we're
his
not
name?
going to stop. We're going to, what's his name? The survivor.
Vincent Basil.
Winston Bovell. This is the guy who survived?
Yeah.
Vincent Basil. Known as Fire, Vincent Basil.
What is your first name? I'm not hearing clearly. Apologies.
Vincent
Bovell. Vincent Bovell is the survivor.
Vincent Basil.
So, and he has been giving a lot of contradictory statements.
Yes.
To us, because he told each and every family a different story of how he come to be rescued and he come to survive. And you know, when you start, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm a very fair person. When I first heard it, our eldest came in and was banging on the door in the night, that's the 19th of February, the Saturday night, and was like after 7, almost going to 8, I believe, and banging on the door, and I want to know who's banging on the door. So somebody, I can't remember who at that time, went to open the door, and as soon as he came in, he said his father died. I said, what do you mean his father died? He said the boat sank, and his father here, the boat sank, and his father died. Wrong about
Punchabel, where would he have gotten that information from?
Correct. My husband's sister. My husband's sister. Some guy, I don't know who's the guy up to now, called her cell phone and told her of the incident. So when she heard it, she came down the road and she came to her father. And the father and my son, our eldest and all that was out there. So when she was telling her father, my son heard and he came in, and that's how he came to tell me and other siblings and so. And I want to say this here. Thing is, around after 10, 11, but before that, before I say that, our eldest, my husband's sister, his father, brother, the Welch family, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, person from the Sam family, they went to Noble House because remember now everybody hear this message. So everybody went to Noble House. I wasn't there, I was home. They went to Noble House and they go to find out what is going on because this is what they heard. Thing is, Noble House, they were informed that these family members were out there concerning this incident. They did not come out to them at a set time. That's what the family were saying. They had to actually throw a tantrum, misbehave in order to get the attention. Richard, the fleet manager, he came out along with some other guy. I don't know who's the other guy. Came out to them at the gate. They asked him, and I heard he speak in a very low tone of voice, appears to be very nervous. Because when my son told him, I'm the captain's son, he appears to be in a very low tone of voice, very nervous, and speaking quietly. Now, people are asking about the loved ones, and you're speaking quietly. They said how they have learned about this incident the night. You heard Miss Welch could say that they said they didn't hear anything. Well, they said how they heard about the incident the night, and they reported it, of which that comes to be not true. Anyway, from their numbers exchange, that's how I got Richard's number. I called him even to then. I didn't call or anything. I called him. I asked him concerning the incident. He said they heard of it the night, and they went and they make report, call some Martine, and they make report. We asking them where and all that. Said the room felt and all this. All right. Night, around about 10 minutes to 11, we were about to go to the station to make a report of what we heard. Goes the supposed survivor coming through, right? We all gathered to him under the shed, and he turned and he said to us, we asked him what happened. His birthday, my husband wake them around 6 something in the morning. Told him to go and check the back of the boat, see what is going on there. Said when he go, I saw was covered in water, engine room was covered in water, and the back ladder was all covered in water. And I told everybody, put on the life jacket. And my husband told him to cut down the lifeboat. Then he go on to say, he and my husband was in the lifeboat. My husband came out of the lifeboat and go back. I don't know how he could go back into a stinking boat, back into a boat for his phone. Anyway,
what was he going back into the boat for, according to Dazzle?
Yes, for his phone, because he said he got a call, make a call to Gary. Take now, and as soon as he go into the boat, his boat flipped over and went down. And his words was, these men dead. Now, these men dead. We asked him, how you sure they're dead? You cannot sure about that. We asked him how he survived. Now listen to this. He claimed that he said he was in this lifeboat. How he drink up water off the ground. Now this is salt. What you're talking about? He was face down, belly swell up. Oh, is a small fishing boat come to his rescue. When the people take him up, he said how half his body was already paralyzed. When the people collect him in the boat, he get blackout. Claim how they look around for like said an hour. I was based on Zani person said like 3 hours. Anyhow, they're looking around and they see nothing for this boat come up. Nobody know nothing. The men them told him in this state they gonna do all their work and then they gonna carry he in. Now you just save a man. You supposed to just save a man. You gonna do out your work anyway. When they reach him in the night, this thing happened morning. They brought him in the night.
Hold on.
Give him a stitch.
Constable, hold on for me. Just go over the part where he said he had to finish out his work.
Yes, he said the fishermen told him that they gotta finish out the work, gotta come out here for work, they gotta finish it.
Where is this? Finish out the work where?
On sea, like fishing in.
So you tell me a boat just went down with 2 men, according to him. Right, with 3 men. He's a lone survivor. He is rescued somehow, and somebody tell he gotta finish out the work before they report that.
Take him in. Yes. Now when they took him in the night, they gave him a passage. Now think of this guy with water in his lungs. He drink up a lot of water. He filled up with water. They gave him a passage and he passed. All the different people, and he had to pass each and every one of us to go to Noble House. We passed all of them to go to Noble House. When we saw him tonight, that's what we were going to the police station. When we saw him, his work, he just come from the hospital. How Noble House would take him and carry him to Woodlands Hospital. Now, in a situation like this, they're supposed to take him to public. Why Woodlands? Anyway, words, we said, where is your medical? This guy didn't have any medical or anything. He didn't appear to be traumatized or anything. A guy even trying to tell him, you're lying. He know he's worked with the captain because this guy was one of the guy was supposed to go to suit but he was feeling well. So he didn't get to. The guy told him, the guy said, you're lying. What you do with those men? The guy said, I'm ready to fight the guy. Imagine in that state, he ready to fight.
Wow. Claudine, is this the same information you have as to how the events unfolded? And by the way, for those hundreds of you who are listening to us today from all around the world, for the information that we have, and Claudine and Constable, you all can perhaps give even more accurate information. This was just off of the Mahaica area there in the ocean.
Yes.
Where these guys were fishing.
Yes.
And now, this one guy claiming that he was the lone survivor, and then his story sounds fantastical.
And let me tell you something, Duncan. The guy cannot swim. And these 3 men that are missing till this day can swim. And let me give you some stories. My husband bring in boat at the house that taken in water, he bring it up on one side. My husband saved boat from going into the house. He's well experienced. He knows himself on the water top. When you listen to this guy, this guy only speak of myself and husband. You want to know? We have to ask him what the other 2 men was doing.
Yeah. For those persons who are now joining us, we're talking about the missing fishermen. 3 of them: Harold Damon, Ronald Burton, and Winston Sam. We have with us this afternoon Constable Beckles Damon. She is the wife of Harold Damon, the captain of the boat that has gone missing. And we're also talking with Claudine, and Claudine is the daughter of Ronald Burton, one of the fishermen who was aboard the vessel at the time. And they're giving us an account of the events as they unfolded based on what they have heard thus far. Claudine, is this what you heard as well? As just to paraphrase what Constable has said, based on the report that we have, is that Mr. Winston Dazel, who is the lone survivor, would have recounted that the vessel began taking on water on February 19th. It was becoming inundated, and ultimately went down when Captain Damon radioed the company for assistance.
Yes.
Claudine,
Yes.
what are you hearing from your end?
The same thing that she said,
Hmm.
that is the same things, right? It's the same thing. Everything which she said there, that's we be hearing, right? As I tell you, he tell her that, and he come and tell we something else, and he tell the other family something else, right? Now he's saying, right, when the Don get into everything and everything is out there, he's saying that how we now threatening him. Our family threatening him. If my brothers them they threatening him, he wanna be there.
Yep. Yep. So, since this time, you have had the police involved. They've been searching. You have had the
Yes,
Maritime Authority, MARAD. They've gotten involved
yes,
as well. What
yes.
report have you gotten from both sources thus far on what may have gone on? I heard them, but I read they talking them some reports rather about sonar and the positioning of the boat and the equipment that they have to locate the boat and all of those things, and nothing seemed to have been functioning. Tell us a little bit about what you've heard from the authorities since that
Yes,
time.
the same thing that you have heard is the same thing. It's true that they speak, that they look in, they have the equipment, they have people out there day and night, they have the helicopters searching, they're going to search in the mangroves, they're going to search here, they're going to search there. This is all over. These people know what's going on because when you look at it, some people you sit down, you talk with a 16-year-old, 15-year-old, it sounds funny. You understand? It's like if you're looking for a pin, right? You getting all of these things and you cannot find a boat. First, when you find the net, we was feeling good that you find the net, and then we know that after the net was the boat, and we was waiting to get our bodies or whatever. But there is nothing. You understand? There is nothing. You understand? Noble houses call every other day and say, "Okay, hi, Miss Welch. Good afternoon. We are still searching. We going to a different part and search and so." And I just go with the flow with them because it just gets the same thing over and over. One thing over and over. When you go to the meeting, the same thing over and over. Every meeting you go to, the same thing, the same. Everybody's saying the same thing. Like, is this thing? This is national anthem.
Constable?
Mr. Duncan, I want
Yeah.
to say something.
Go right ahead.
Monday we went to the board meeting of the board of inquiries. We was at we went there, and the thing is, just look at this. The other day, a boat sank, and 17 persons or so was on this boat. I'm sure person that saw the video of this boat that sank, they saw evidence that this boat had sunk, right? Now, this big fishing vessel supposedly sank. There is nothing, absolutely nothing showing that that this vessel sank. Where are the production? All these dead fish supposed to don't float up. Where are live rings? These things that can float. Where are all these things? Another thing that I'm looking at. I don't know if anybody sees, I've never seen on the news or here in the news, these supposed three guys that said they rescue Vincent Daville. If any statement, you don't see anything like that. At least I haven't seen anything like that. I asked the day in the meeting, and I said this thing. I said I asked the captain of the Marine this question in front of everybody. I said, tell me something. You're the captain of the Marine. That means you know about the boat, you know about water. Is it this impossible to locate such a big vessel? He said no. He said if an iron sunk, they can find it. So I turned to him. I said, and you guys are not looking at this supposed survivor with another eye? What the hell is really going on?
Well, I was just the initial report that I read. So our listeners, hundreds of you who have joined us, we are talking just to give you some sense who may have just joined us. We're talking about the missing fishermen, three of them: Harold Damon, Ronald Burton, and Winston Sam. We have the family members of Mr. Harold Damon. His wife is with us, Punsabel, and we have also the daughter of Ronald Burton, who's with us. Also, Claudine is with us. The initial report I was reading just now was out of newsroom, in which Mr. Dazel said that the boat began taking on water and ultimately sank. I'm looking at another report that the guys pulled for us. This report here is from the Guyana Chronicle. I just want to read a section of it because the more you delve into this story of the missing fishermen, the more incredible it gets. This is the Guyana Chronicle here. And it says here that when
Hmm.
contacted on Sunday, this is last Sunday, I figure, Captain John Flores, director of MARA, the director of the Maritime Administration
Hmm.
Department, told Chronicle
Yes.
that they encountered issues with the computer system on the main vessel, which is leading the search. This led to a pause
Hmm.
in the search operations. The report goes on. It says, but giving more details on the issue, the minister was Minister Indar, who explained that the issue is really with the scanning system on the Marat vessel. The sonar that we got using got wet, and it caused us not
Hmm.
to go out yesterday. So we're trying to get it repaired so we can resume. This is a sonar for a whole country. The sonar system on the vessel is a technique for detecting and determining the distance and direction of objects underwater through the use of sound wave. The minister Indar stated that the vessel was offshore when it happened. But this is another interesting and incredible part. The fishermen were on board the Noble House seafood vessel when the incident occurred. The newspaper says, according to the information
Hmm.
provided by Vincent Dazel, the only fisherman who survived the ordeal, the only fisherman, just give me a second, let me find back my place. I kind of skipped past it. Yeah, the only, one second, ladies. It's incredible to me. Yeah, the only fisherman who survived the ordeal and was rescued by a passing vessel, the Seabob trawler capsized and sank some 26 miles from the Mahaico River. Right? He said his colleagues may be trapped underneath the overturned vessels. But then, Ponsibel, you said he said that they were dead. But then they could be trapped
Yes.
underneath the boat, took
Yes.
on water, the boat capsized. It's an interesting story.
Said that when he's even look meet family members, you know what he does? He just give his sympathy. He just give his sympathy. He saw my two sons and running from them. Like they're gonna do. They see it's when like they turn around or what to see he running. Why are you running? And he have no corner now to go. Then he turning around to say, "Oh, I give you my sympathy." Like what the hell? What are you talking about? Is there a body? Did you see somebody die?
Ponsibel and
I
Claudine,
am
we got
saying this. I said this before,
right
and
ahead.
I'm saying it again. This guy know more than he is saying. The fact that his story keep changing, it says a lot. It
Well,
says a lot.
we say at this end, more in the matter than on the epistle, and there are hundreds of persons who are watching us, who are listening to us, and they're hearing you, ladies. And I don't think one of them convinced that there isn't something, as one person says, fishy, to quote, happening here. I have Hollis Charles who says this survivor story doesn't add up. Um, Maureen Coppin Williams says sheer lies. You know, Trovanza Williams says he knows something. These are the comments from people who are listening to this
Yeah,
podcast on
because
social media.
yes, because it doesn't make sense. And you know what is the heart? What hurting me? What is hurting me? It have you to think like then anything could happen to anybody, and somebody gonna just say something and leave it and leave like that? Like these men, they're not a heap of garbage out there. They're human beings. They have family. They have love, and they have people that love and care for them. I love and care for my husband. His children love and care for him. He loves us. He works and he works for his family.
Mhm.
We want to know what become of our loved one. I also want to know what become of his crew members. We want to know. We need some kind of answers. Don't just tell us that this vessel sink and you're searching and there is nothing. Why is this guy not being pressured into find out what really transpired at sea? Where is this? You know, another thing, when I said I asked the question, when I said why is it that I haven't seen anything that these three fisher guys that said to rescue him give any report? Mr. Flores started to tell me, oh, it's three ordinary fishermen. I said, oh, three ordinary fishermen. And guess what? He said they were being questioned separately, and all three of them said the same thing. Now, Mr. Duncan, correct me if I'm wrong. If, let's say, me, you, and somebody else witness an incident, yes, we're going to talk leading up to the incident, but all three of us cannot say directly the same thing. Somebody going to go a little off.
Mm-hmm.
In my knowledge, the fact that these three could say the same thing is then they think of what they're going to say if they're ever being questioned.
Interesting, interesting. So we did say that there are quite a few entities that have been involved in this. The Ghana Police Force was part of the search. The MARA, the Maritime Administration Department, have been part of this. What is the last word you've heard? Have they called up the search officially? Has that been communicated to you or anything like that? Pansabel and Claudine?
We don't know nothing. That is what I said the day at the board meeting. I said this thing you don't know nothing. It's not transparent. All you know is that it's searching. I even asked the question. I said, you guys even searching? Because that is how you're feeling. What is going on? You know you're hearing helicopter. You heard they're out there searching and nothing, man. And it's just it. Like you want to know after this search is being called up. What's next? Is it just like that? Our family gonna go? And you know what I'm looking at? Let's say this is a case of piracy because you cannot rule out that. Suppose our loved one are being held somewhere. This is a matter of life and death. Things could have been happening in order to find them. And I am getting mad about this whole thing.
As you
I
have
am
a right
counting
to.
today make 20 days.
You have a right to. We have a fishing industry. It plays a major role in this country in terms of providing for families, providing for the nation. And I would hate to think that people who work for different, what you call it, different houses like Noble House, you have different fisheries, that if something should happen at sea, this is how they're going to be treated. If something is to happen to them in the line of their work, if
Exactly.
this is how it is, they're going to be treated by
Exactly.
the authorities. And we aren't playing politics here. You notice I haven't said anything about try
And
to be
yes, and you're
editorial
right.
in
You're
any way.
right. This is correct. This is a case of getting the truth out there.
Yeah.
People need to know.
I just want to know, and I know they're going to listen to this. I have absolute certainty that the maritime authority is going to listen to the administration, the maritime administration. I know members of the government will listen to this podcast. I know some of them might be hearing from you guys for the first time, the members of the government. What would you want to say to them about this whole situation, both Poncebel and Claudine? What would you want to say to them?
I didn't hear you
No,
question
I was saying that,
clearly.
persons in authority, they're going to be listening to this podcast. I'm certain of that. What would you want to say to them about this situation and how it has unfolded thus far?
I want to say to them, my God, if they're doing a thorough investigation,
Mm.
I want to say to them to look, don't just think of this. Okay, the guy said yes, the vessel sank. Yes, you guys have a right to look and search, locate this vessel. Now, there's nothing to prove that this vessel is sunk. There's absolutely nothing. Now, they're supposed to, for me, I believe they're supposed to get this guy, apply some pressure, and find out what really transpired, because you said him and also the guys that rescued, because as far as I was told that they also, remember they said they were questioned, they also said, well, what they saw, and find out what really transpired on sea and try to work in that area also. This could be a whole lot of things going on here.
Mm-hmm.
And the way they have us feeling, I'm telling you the truth. Like these things that happen, and nobody people don't know about it.
Correct.
All
That's why
that
I'm
we
happy
said
that you
here,
girls are here.
all that we said here, we said it thousands of times on those media. And guess what? You don't see what we say here is out there.
That's sad.
So I would like them to look in, because persons are being concerned of different things that could happen. And the next thing that I look at, Noble House, they had received a distress call. Why did they choose not to alert the authorities? What the hell is going on? And let's say that, okay, they didn't receive any distress call. Noble House did contact the boat every day. What happened to whole day Saturday and Saturday night? What happened? Why you didn't contact your boat?
Yep. Seems to be more questions than answers. Claudine,
Correct is right.
more questions than answers. Claudine, what are your thoughts? What would you want to say?
It is so much. It is so much.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
As I said, the same statement. Everybody know what they're doing. Because look at that. Look at that. There's 4 people living in a sprinkler. And this is what they want, or this is what we're going to say or whatever. But I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up. You understand? When you watch these people, they just watch us like it's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But the people body just come and just go away and disappear.
Mr. Duncan, you know what our 7-year-old is believing? Our 7-year-old, because my husband had told her, when daddy be gonna be back in time for the march, and he's gonna take her. She's all excited about her father and they going anywhere. Told her that take her to the march. When march day come, she wants to know where daddy is.
Mm-hmm.
She keep asking where's daddy. If she eating anything, she's leaving back things, she's leaving it back for daddy when he come. You know what our daughter is thinking? She thought, because she's not seen her daddy, that her dad is out there help searching for the missing men. Now tell me to God, when I hear that from my daughter, you know how I feel?
Yeah. Can only imagine. I can only imagine.
Oh my goodness. You want to know, every turkey just feels for their own craft, man, for their own care. Yeah. Every turkey feels for their own.
Yep. Claudine and Poncebel, what comes next? How do you guys get through this? How have you guys been coping as families missing loved ones? And what comes next?
Oh my God, the thoughts. It's all kind of thoughts pass into your head. All kind of thoughts, and wondering, are they still alive? Are they dead? Did somebody kill them, buried them somewhere? Did they have them as captive? Are they in some other country? It is crazy, the thought that goes through your mind. It is crazy that pirate attack and do them something, gone with the boat. Understand? It is crazy. Was there something illegal on the boat? Because all these things you hear people saying. So
Claudine,
you're
what are your
thinking
thoughts? Yeah.
all,
Go right ahead,
pardon?
Puncewell. Go right ahead. Sorry, I thought you were finished. Go right ahead.
Oh, yes. I'm telling you the way that I get through.
Yeah.
I've been listening to this guy that is preach, and that's the only way. I just listen to him all day, night when I fell asleep, and then when I woke up, I will listen to him. That's the way that I got through my day,
Mhm.
thinking, praying, hoping,
Mhm.
asking God to help me in this situation. But I want to say something. There's a saying, whatever is in the darkness always come
Yeah.
to light, no matter how long it takes. The
I just
Bible
got that.
say, the Bible says the man, take heed for God is not mocked. Whatever man sow, that shall he reap. And it also say, be sure your sin shall find you out.
Mhm. Mhm.
The truth don't stay hidden.
Mhm.
It mightn't be now, it might be gonna come out sometime.
Mhm. Folks, this is Harold Damon's wife, and we have with us as well Claudine. She is the daughter of Ronald Burton. Claudine, how is your family coping? How do you guys cope?
It's be hard because we live on the alley and
Mhm.
everybody pass. They stop and tell my mother that her sympathy and she's just with my sister. And everybody's just crying. And sometimes some people come and say how they dreamed on some beach, stranded. And, we get some hope, sometimes we get some disappointment. And so, but we pray, just praying and trusting God. He's for it. So,
Yeah.
it's real hard. I really can't even explain words.
I want to say something else. Me and my children, we had to go and take therapy. We have to take therapy in order to go through this. In order to go through this,
Mhm.
my
Mhm.
son, our second, he, not too long, right? Cape Unit 2 from Bishop. This child was preparing to go off to UG and this kind of thing. This thing is affecting our children. It's
Yeah.
affecting me.
Yeah.
They want to know what become of their father.
Yeah.
Our eldest, he's in the sport of boxing. He can't even go to gym.
Yeah.
It's hard. We gotta take therapy. We gotta take therapy because it is hard on us. And this is not nice because you don't know. You don't know. You always got this hope. And what I want is for us to get answer. We need answer. We need closure because how could we go on from this? That is not nice to leave people in thinking, well, let's say the loved one die and we be thinking, oh, someday they're gonna come in because they're probably alive somewhere. We thank God if that's the case. I pray and I ask God for that every day. I even tell God if the dead resurrect them, because I know He can do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But that is how it's affecting us. We gotta go to therapy. Therapy we have to take. This is nerve wracking. Man, come on, man. We all got feelings. And my God, I really wish to get to the bottom of this thing because it really ain't looking good.
Correct. 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 Well, we are going to continue to keep you, ladies, and your families in our thoughts and prayers, um, because you guys need closure one way or the other to this whole
Correct?
issue here. You guys need closure one way or the other.
And
That is what
another
is
thing,
required.
Mr. Duncan, I forget to mention, the guy claimed that his boat turned over and went down. This boat cannot, even if it turned over, it cannot stay turned over because the weight of the boat is at the bottom. I told this to them at the meeting. It cannot because the weight of the boat is at the bottom. I even a night when we went to Richard, a day, sorry. I said, can a vessel sink and go down just like that? He said it's gonna take some time. Now tell me. So these men, this boat gonna take some time. These men can't, even if they had on life jacket, they can't swim out this boat. Even if this boat turn over and it's gonna flip over back. So they're gonna able to escape somehow or the other. And I know it can't be that because all three of these men are gonna stay on this boat and watch this boat going on and then My husband, as the guy said, told them everybody to put on the life jacket, told him to cut down a lifeboat and all these things.
Well, it is as as we've said here. The more we read on this, the more we get information on this story of the three missing fishermen: Harold, Damon, Ronald, Burton, and Winston Sam. Is the more fantastical, you know, fantastic and fantastical it sounds. And the folks who are listening to us have made up their own minds as to not, this and adding up. And that's what we're seeing in lots of the comments here. We're going to continue to keep you guys in our prayers. Is there anything else you ladies want to say as we wrap up?
We just gonna I asking everybody out there to just keep us in our prayer and we just asking for prayers. Lots of prayers.
Mm-hmm. Yep, indeed.
Yes.
Indeed. Thanks, Claudine.
Yes, prayers.
Poncebel.
Yes, prayers for our family. Not my family alone, the Wedge family, the Sam's family, and I am telling you, I wish to God we can get some kind of help, better outside help or something, because something needs to be done in this case. We need help. And in my mind, we're not getting sufficient help at this point. We're not hearing what we want to hear and know what we want to know. I want the truth. It doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah.
We need closure. We got to move on. This is not right. Right is right and wrong is wrong.
And nothing else will suffice. Nothing else will suffice. Claudine, I want to thank you for being part of our program today. You guys feel free to come by anytime and give us an update, and we're going to stay in touch with you guys as well. And Poncebel, thank you as well. Both of you, thank you for your courage and for your strength to be able to share this story with us today on our humble podcast. Thank you guys so much for stopping by.
You're welcome.
Have a great afternoon. Thanks very much again.
Okay.
Folks, the relatives of the missing fisherman, we had Poncebel with us, and she is the wife of Harold Damon, Poncebel Damon, and we had also Claudine with us, and Claudine is the daughter of Ronald Burton. Winston Sam is the other missing fisherman as well, and they have been missing since February 19th. They both sank, took on water, capsized, based on the varying reports that you had miles off of the Mahaica area there at sea, and they have not been found. One fisherman survived the ordeal, quote unquote, survived. Winston, let me get the name right. Winston Dazel survived the ordeal, and his story is an incredible one. That's all I'll say there. It's an incredible one. They all worked and work for Noble House Seafoods, and you heard the family members of the missing fishermen pronounced on their engagement with Noble House Seafood and narrated for us events as they unfolded, and also the interaction they've had with the Maritime Administration Department, MARAD, and also the Ghana Police Force, who's been looking into the matter as well. The search has been officially suspended, and who knows where it goes from there. But like so many other persons in this country looking for justice in one way or the next, in one way or the next. We put you guys on notice. We on one of our previous podcasts, we spoke to Jesus Gonzalez, a sister. This was the 13-year-old who was bullied, hitting his head, and subsequently died. She's going to be stopping by next week to give us an update on that. She herself as well looking for justice, which seems to be elusive on these very issues. And we wish the families involved the best moving forward. I mean, they feel very hopeful that this can turn out positively. But with each passing day, as the minister himself has said, this is Minister Juan Egil, it moved from a search and rescue to recovery. Now that has been officially suspended, yet the family hold out hope, against the odds. Our thoughts and prayers will continue with them. Folks, we want to thank each and every one of you for spending this time with us. You can be the judge of yourself with the information that we've shared with you here. Thomasima Ben, we see you here with us. We want to thank you for coming by too. Veronica Primo Rollins, Thanks for spending this time with us. Glenn Mingo Burns, we see you as well, and Andrew Cuthbert. Tomorrow we have another program for you. You won't want to miss that one. Another podcast for you tomorrow. We below the belt, folks, and who vex lose. We got another podcast you wouldn't want to miss tomorrow as well. And give you too much clues as to who we're gonna be talking to and what is the subject matter. But you ain't gonna want to miss that one either tomorrow. Again, we're so grateful for the families who stopped by, the family members, Poncebel and Claudine. Poncebel, in the first instance, is the wife of Harold Damon, and Claudine is the daughter of Ronald Burton. And we were trying to patch through the relative of Sam, of Winston Sam as well, but it didn't work so well for us. But we're gonna keep you guys updated, folks. I want to thank each and every one of you. You guys, the audience, the listeners, the viewers, really matter to us at this end, folks. And sure, we want other people to get this valid and incredible information you heard from the family members yourselves. Share the live stream for us so this information gets out there and is circulated wide and far. And also, guys, smash that emoji button. That is helpful to us too, to let us know how you have received the program at your end. Whether it's a like, it's a love, it's care, it's a sad face, whatever it is, smash that emoji button for us, guys. And remember to partner with us. You make the difference with our program so that we can keep on doing programs like this that only seeks to keep you informed, so that you have information and you too can make right decisions. Some of you may have relatives and friends and family at sea as well, and you're able to tell them, be cautious, right? Be careful who you work for. Be cautious out there. Remember all of your sailing or your swimming principles and tips, and all of that, right? You're able to give them an encouraging word. It's a dangerous profession, and you heard the lady say, but these guys knew their way out around the water. Strangely enough, they are missing, and they, as Claudine said, the fellow who can swim, he is the one who was the lone survivor. Incredible through and through. With that being said, folks, we want to invite you to partner with us so that we can do more programs like this, more programs like FYI, more programs like In the Ring. This is what your funding goes towards. This is what your gift to us goes towards, folks, to ensure that we keep on keeping out here and inform you guys. We're available on Cash App. It's a $ In the Ring 592. We're available on Zelle and PayPal. One email address, in the ring 592 at gmail.com. Available via MMG 627-6963. We're available via MoneyGram and via Western Union as well. And you need any guidance in any of these platforms, be sure to WhatsApp 627-6963, that very MMG number. You can WhatsApp there. We give you any guidance. Every cent you send to us, folks, goes towards building out these programs, tweaking them for you, ensuring that you get valid and credible information to keep you informed. That is our passion at this end, and we're tremendously privileged that each and every one of you are here with us each and every day. We're so grateful for those persons who are new to the program, folks. Thanks for joining us. A warm welcome. We're sorry it's under these circumstances, but we wish this family, all the families involved here, all the very best. Harold Damon's family, represented by Poncebel, Ronald Burton's family, represented by Claudine. Today, we were trying to get another a family member for Mr. Winston Sam to join us, Tiffany, but Tiffany wasn't able to come into the virtual studio for whatever reason. But we want to thank you guys who were here with us and who made a difference in our program. That's our program for today, folks. We're going to see you back this evening, 8 p.m. sharp, when we're in the ring. Thanks for joining our international podcast, Below the Belt. Who vex lose? That's our program, guys. Stay safe until. Stay safe.